Welcome back, everyone. An urgent call from the American Red Cross. And typically it's not that unusual in the summertime that we hear from the folks at the Red Cross about blood donation. We get real busy with our lives. We head out on vacation. Things happen with perhaps other family members, and you don't think about getting to a donor center to donate to the American Red Cross. Here to talk about that and what the efforts are ongoing. The 13 ABC All-American Blood Drive wrapping up not too long ago. Angie Bermudez from the Red Cross joins us on Conklin and Company. Great to see you.
Thank you. Nice to see
you.
you.
Your debut here
yes.
In Toledo, Northwest Ohio Television, covering the Toledo area.
Yes.
For the Red Cross, and we thank you for joining us. Let's talk about this call, because it appears that it's a little louder in the last week or two from you folks than there's always a call in the summer, but just a little bit more urgent right now. Is that correct?
That's correct. Typically, throughout the year in the summer months, we see a decline of about 20% of donations and blood drives, because schools are closed, universities are closed, people are on vacation. This time of year, we're down that normal percent, but we're also down another 11% across the country, which is unusual.
What do you attribute that to, another 11%? I mean, what can you...
You know, with the holiday weekend, Independence Day being on a Friday, we just had fewer drives scheduled, more people vacationing, we're assuming, and it just really made a huge difference. And we've seen that decline not recover basically in the last 11 weeks.
Across the country and here close to home, Northwest Ohio, Southeast Michigan.
Right.
And what about disasters themselves in this country? How much does that come into play?
Well, it certainly makes a difference. I mean, across the country, we've seen a lot of different things, you know, tornado season.
Right. Wildfire season out west,
yeah, absolutely. So there's so many different factors that really come into play, but we're not quite sure why it's down so much, but we just are really urging the community right now, if they're able to give, now is the time.
Let's kind of have the basic 101 school of blood donation. It takes an hour or so, right?
Yeah, typically an hour from the beginning of walking in the door to having refreshments at the end of the donation. The actual time that you're going to sit and be giving a pint of blood is typically around 10 to 15 minutes.
And we know that the give back is that you could save somebody's life.
Absolutely,
obviously.
You could save up to 3 lives.
With one donation.
With one donation.
But it's just not blood. Platelets in great need as well?
Correct.
Speak to that.
Yeah. Platelets are they're a component of the blood, and we can remove it from a blood donation and then use those platelets as a blood clotting agent for
You're doing great.
I'm trying to think of it's for cancer patients, but it's also for organ transplant surgeries. That's what I was thinking.
Okay, you're doing fantastic.
Thank you.
What about people who are on medication? So many people are on various, every kind of medication we could think of. Does that prevent, if you're on any medication, does that prevent you from giving blood, or is it just certain types?
It's certain types, and that's regulated by the FDA. When you present to give, the nursing staff on site will be able to go over your medical history with you and tell you if the type of medication you're on is actually going to defer you from being able to donate, or if you're going to be able to actually give that day.
We always hear about appointments. Appointments not necessarily necessary, but do you prefer them?
We prefer appointments. You can make an appointment by calling 1-800-RED-CROSS, or you can go online, redcross.org, and type in your zip code, and that's going to take you to the closest mobile site or donor center.
All right. What would you say to someone who's on the fence about giving? Perhaps they're a little skittish with needles and what have you. What would you say to ease their not fear, but their skittishness?
Sure. I would just tell them that every donation they give can literally save up to 3 lives, and we never know how important that is until it directly affects us or someone that we love. So.
Okay. 1-800 American Red Cross? Red Cross.
Red Cross. 1-800-RED-CROSS.
All right, Angie Bermudez, thank you very much for coming in.
Thank you
do
for
appreciate
having
it.
me.
Okay, we'll see you later.
Thanks.
And when we come back on Conklin and Company, Take 3, Skylar Meadows, Tom Troy will talk about the Southwick Plan, the Tidy Town cleanup, and much more. Also the new head of the BOE, or at least the board at the BOE. Back in just a minute.